Welcome to a bonus spooky season episode of the Film Pro Scripture Podcast. I am Tim. With me is my co-host Patrick. How you doing, buddy?
Spooky scary.
I feel like we've done that one a lot.
I don't
Yeah.
care. I love it. I keep
Wolf
doing it.
bar mitzvah. Yeah.
Fight.
I don't really have any objections. Well, why not? Keep it up.
Yeah, so we got back together again and watched a couple movies.
We got a couple horror movies out. Um, better than last time.
Yeah, well, yeah, both were good movies this time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I tried out the first off. We start with the Rule of Jenny Penn.
Yeah.
With the jeez, I'm sorry, I'm
John
tired.
Lithgow.
John Lithgow. I knew I couldn't remember the other guy's name all of a sudden.
Oh gosh,
Oh my
yeah.
God, I'm so tired. The Rule of Jeffrey Rush.
Thank
Jesus,
you, dear
sorry.
Lord. How do we forget
Apologies
an
to Jeffrey
icon?
Rush.
Oh,
I didn't forget him.
jeez.
I just couldn't remember his name. Just too
Yeah, yeah,
tired.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
too
Well,
late.
sometimes, yeah, sure. Yeah,
Anyway,
I got you. I'm not gonna argue. Yeah, Jeffrey Rush is
fun
great.
movie. Watching these two titans of acting go back and forth, where
Yeah,
John Lithgow is basically a psychopath who has decided to, he's like the little fascist of this retirement community,
yeah,
nursing home. And he's decided to just like, he's bored with life and has decided to have his fun with screwing with older people that can't protect themselves.
yeah.
So the whole thing is like this fun little allegory for fascism and fascists. And
It
it's
it
and but like
doesn't work without these two stars who are
yeah,
just electric.
yeah, they're so good. Watching them go back and forth
Yeah,
and watching these guys just like fucking cook for
yeah.
hour
It's
44.
interesting because I don't think I've ever really thought of like, wouldn't it be great if we have these two people playing off each other before, and then you're watching, you're like, why didn't I want think of this? You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't I want this or think this would be not that I thought negatively, but why wouldn't I just thought of like, man, you're just getting two people that could be character actors and can just crush a scene, steal a scene together at the same time. It's just fun to watch that. It's just fun to just to partake
Yeah,
in
I
watching
don't think
that.
it ever really gets to scary. I mean, there's some
Nah,
creepy parts to it, but regardless, it's a lot of fun to watch.
yeah, it's more like you're like, ugh, it makes me
Yeah.
uncomfortable. But other than that, yeah, it never really kind of gets super scary or anything by any means. So it's like it is really kind of on the fence there. Maybe is polite of it being kind of considered horror.
Well, the
Um,
first thing IMDb listed as is a psychological horror. But
yeah,
you put into that
right.
situation if you can go into their shoes, like if you were someone who is like this character was, like who had a stroke, who doesn't have full use of his limbs, being terrorized by somebody who does. It is, scary
Yeah.
to think about like, how vulnerable you are and how this person who's like
Yeah. But it's
not
also with
exactly who's
the
slightly higher
back
in the food chain just lording
right.
that over you.
And it's also has the backdrop of like this person's also it's not Alzheimer's, but seniality and kind of he's losing stuff too, cognitively. And so that's not helping anything. So it's like it's this perfect combination of like this like truly horrific, horrible things happening to him in two different ways. And it's
Yeah.
like both things colliding is messing everything up kind of deal.
It's on Shutter. It's absolutely worth a watch. It's very good.
It's really entertaining to watch, just the acting alone.
And then Tim followed that up with a first time watch for him, Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, Creature of the Black Lagoon. So yeah, I was curious to check out some Universal monster movie classics that I never really got to. Like again, I saw the Dracula, I saw at least the original Frankenstein, and Wolfman. Might
Mhm.
have seen a couple of Wolfmans, which I know you're like,
There's
not great.
only one Wolfman.
Oh, is it one? Yeah, that's the one I
Wolfman
saw.
will just pop up and he will pop up in
He'll pop up in other
Frankenstein and
movies,
Abbott
yeah.
and Costello and yeah.
So anyway, so I feel like I've always been told that like Creature of Black Lagoon is like this is pretty good. Like it's actually like holds up kind of deal. And not just you, I'm just
Okay.
saying.
Just
But
saying.
yeah, for sure that you have been one of the ones. So I was like, all right,
It's
let's. check this one out.
And what'd you think?
I mean, obviously it's not scary, because, right, it's dated of the time and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, I remember like growing up and having like family members and like parents and uncles telling us about like black and white movies back in their day and how it freaked them out. And you're like, all right, like, like I remember like our dad, worried about my kids watching The Wizard of Oz that they might get freaked out. I'm like, yeah, I think they're gonna be fine. So you get that kind of gist. But when you take that away, like, man, it's impressive what they were doing, and achieving, especially like effects wise, like the underwater stuff, which is super hard to pull off. Like, I mean, how many times have we commented, no matter the genre, that sometimes when you watch underwater stuff, you're like, oh man, this is rough.
It comes off really slow and boring.
Yeah, but it just works in this movie. Um, the monster costume for the time period is like better than what you're gonna see in some 80s movie monster costumes,
Hmm.
like it's just so much of this movie works just on the technicality type of effects wise of what they do, that it's just impressive.
Yeah, no, it's a beautifully shot movie.
Yeah.
The scene where the creature is like swimming, the gill man
Yeah.
is swimming underwater, with the lead actress like swimming
Kind of
right
like a
above him,
mirror
and she's like,
shot
yeah,
almost.
barely touching. And the way they're able to do almost that stuff is how they always did it back in the day, by almost killing their actors. Uh,
Right.
like the gill man, the guy in the gill man, he's like, yeah, just you didn't have any breathing apparatus. Like, just hold your breath for 4 minutes while you're wearing this really uncomfortable, gangly, heavy
Yeah, I'm
suit.
sure pretty, yeah, heavy and cumbersome thing.
Yeah, yeah. It was worse actually, apparently, when it was dry and walking around on land. They had two different guys. One guy did the swimming, one guy did the walking around on land. Um, According to the guy on walking around on land, he had it harder. Uh,
I'm sure it was just like drier and just
yeah, he said
like
they had to like hose him down because the thing just didn't was even worse walking in if it was dry.
just stiff and
Yeah,
ugh.
exactly. Um, the acting is better than you'd think, for a lot of it's still like 1950s B movie stuff, but it's
Yeah,
not terrible. It's not one's acting like way too arch.
I guess it's
It's not
another
a bunch
thing,
of
right?
Lon Chaney Juniors.
I feel like I always have to justify it to some people. Like the acting was just kind of different. Like it was not you didn't go like more like realism kind of acting till like what, the 60s you started to get more of that.
The method. Yeah. Well, no,
Right.
the
Or
50s, you
not
get
just
it.
method, but I just mean like just more of a
Well,
less over the top kind of approach to stuff.
that starts more actually in the 50s.
Yeah.
Where you get Brando comes along and it says on the waterfront
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
fair. Yeah.
But like, yeah, these movies, like, have some great, Boris Karloff is a fantastic actor. Of course, we don't get to see him talk. Bill Lugosi's a fantastic actor. Claude Rains is in a couple of these movies. He's really, really good. And that's big.
Yeah.
One of the biggest problems with The Wolfman is when you're watching The Wolfman, here's Claude Rains, who's in a small part, acting against Lon Chaney Jr., who is just not a good actor at all. And it's like, oh no, the disparity is so wide. This is rough to look at. In this movie, everyone is basically of equal talent.
Yeah.
No, when no one comes off as like excruciatingly bad, everyone's like, yeah, it's fine. This is good.
Yeah. It's just
And
an
the
interesting movie.
and the
Yeah.
beauty of these movies too is like they're always like, hour and 10 minutes or something like that. They're very quick in and out. These original
Yeah.
Universal horror movies.
I also really liked the music in this movie. Like I thought it was pretty good the way they would build you up, and there's like that same kind of like it's like almost like reminiscent of like Jaws, you hear the certain kind of music start to kick in kind of deal. Um and yeah, so it was pretty enjoyable. And I was just kind of more taken back by the style and the effects, and I it was just really appreciative to see some of that stuff. And so it's like it's fun to check out some of that old stuff.
Tim got so excited, he decided to borrow my Blu-ray collection. Hopefully, he actually gets to it.
Yeah, I was like thinking about it before. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I got all these nightmare movies I kind of want to check out again. I got that, and Amazon Prime Day stuff. So now I got all these other movies that I'd started to come
Stick
into.
to spooky for now.
Yes, that's the goal. We'll see. I got a little road trip coming up here this weekend. Maybe I'll bang some of this stuff out.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything else?
That's it, man. That's all I got.
All right, that is it for us. Please share your support for the podcast by leaving a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, or wherever you happen to listen to the show. Also, sharing is caring. Be sure to follow us on social media to get the latest show updates. You can contact us by emailing at filmbrochamp@gmail.com or find us by searching for the hashtag FilmBroChamp. Thank you for listening to this episode of Film Bros Championship Podcast. Happy Halloween.
Peace out, everyone.
There you go.